Welcome to episode 89 of Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. This week, Sean is under the weather, so Joshua unlocks a conspiracy theory about McDonald's ice cream machines. We get a vivid dream retelling involving music and missed connections, plus the unexpected origins of the chainsaw and the myth of cockroach milk. Gross. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Excuse me, Joshua, as I tell the people I am pretty sick this week. As you can hear it in my voice. Mia, I'm sorry, you're probably going to have to cut out a lot of me coughing or hawking up loogies. But Joshua, like I do every week, how are you doing this week, my dude?
I don't think Mia should cut out you hawking up the loogies. I think we should just make this a permanent part of the show.
Oh, gross.
You just
like ASMR, except with sickness?
Yeah, just spewing up loogies all over your microphone. We could just make that a thing.
Ew.
No? That's
gross.
Not good?
No, I think I'm okay.
Well, I'm doing good, Sean.
I'll pass on that one, buddy.
I mean, we're doing another late night pod. As everybody can tell, Sean's a little under the weather, and that just shows we are so committed to doing this podcast for you all. We love this shit, rain or shine, even though we're indoors, it doesn't fucking matter. The weather.
We're inside, so it never rains. And if it does start raining from the inside, the shit's fucked up.
Yeah, unless a meteor or some shit falls through my roof, I think I'm pretty safe in here. But
can you imagine though? That would be insane. I would love to see that.
That probably would happen
as long as you don't get hurt.
I mean, no, fuck it. I want to get hurt.
Who are you gonna sue though?
No, actually, please, I take it back. I hope it's not a meteor. I hope it's like, the airplanes like flush their dog shit, their dirty water out of the plane. That dark blue water.
What was that movie? Joe Dirt. Is that?
Yeah.
I think that's the most iconic version of that. Joe Dirt.
Yeah, when he finds the blue crystal coming from the stars, it's just like shit from an airplane. Yeah. But I'm doing well, Sean. A little better than you are, obviously. But yeah, dude, I'm doing well. I'm kind of sad to hear that you aren't feeling well, and maybe at some point I'm going to ask you. Maybe I should just ask you now before we get started. It's like, do you have any home remedies that you're working on right now? Are you
any home remedies for me? Yeah, liquor. Just liquor to kill the bad bacteria inside my body right now. No, Josh, I'm a fan of tea. Okay. Like I like tea. I like lots of honey tea, honey lime, lemon tea. Fuck, my brain is all like scatterbrained.
No, that works. Now. I mean, I'm getting
but
it.
Yeah, tea.
We're getting it.
Yeah, tea's my go-to for most things, and then just staying hydrated. So that kind of leads me into what we have in our cups this week, buddy.
Perfect. Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I mean, that was a wonderful segue. Because it's a late night pod, and why would I do anything different than just a glass full of ice and a whole lot of whiskey for y'all tonight, everybody?
Oh my god!
Or this morning, whatever it is.
Hey, why does this bourbon look different than the last week's bourbon? Has it just been sitting longer? It looks a little like pale.
Yeah, it started because I've been sitting here for a little bit, so I had to add a little bit more ice, so it's a little bit more frosty, it's a little bit more watered down. So.
My bad.
It kind of does look like piss. I mean, if you look at it, it's like that or apple juice.
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say it, but it does look like human piss.
Yeah, please. Don't drink your own piss. It's not good for you, but this is some really good whiskey. This is the Knob Creek I've been sipping on for a while. Got a big old bottle in my pantry right now. So that is what I'm sipping on, and maybe this will help you get better watching me drink this.
Just living vicariously through
my
you.
Drinks.
That's always nice.
Yeah. What do you got going on over there, Sean? What are you sipping on?
So,
tea?
Joshua, I have a sorry for the delay first on this podcast. I'm not drinking tea. I had that earlier. But today, I'm doing a polar, just basic seltzer water, buddy. This is just a raspberry lime. Let's see here.
I like seltzers.
Polar brand seltzer. I do too, especially this one. This one's fucking delicious. This is probably one of my favorite non-alcoholic seltzers. So I'm just sipping on that. So here you go. This is the episode Sean drinks water and is sick. So there you go.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
Very palatable.
Definitely palatable, buddy. Just right in the back of my throat, hitting me hard. Also, if you freaks out there like my voice, just do yourselves a favor and save this episode for later, because I will not sound like this next week. So
I know, right?
There's that.
It will be a little bit different on next week's episode, but we should shout out the fact that this is the episode after the merch launch and the website's fully open. Sean? Are we going to get into the housekeeping?
Website is fully open. Yeah, actually, buddy, I'm going to head on over to the housekeeping corner. I do actually have some stuff with that. It was brought to my attention that the service that we use, so we use PayPal, for those of you who have made it to the site and have checked it out. It's brought to my attention that not a lot of people have PayPal. And so if that being the case, we are working on getting another payment processing thing in there. So hopefully at the end of the week, we can have that in there as well. We'll probably be using Stripe, which can use Apple Pay, pretty much anybody's bank account. But those are the only two options that we have for online purchases. So it's PayPal and Stripe. So there's that, but it's coming at the end of the week. Still got some stuff to hash out with Joshua on that one. But I do want to say also a big thank you to everybody who's come to the website and checked out the shirts and who have purchased shirts. Like, that means the fucking world to us, and couldn't be more grateful with that. Joshua and I also talked about this last week off camera, but if anything's wrong with them, or if the print's all fucked up, or you're just not happy with it, let us know. There is a return button on the website where you can click down and follow the instructions, and then we'll make it right. So just putting that out there for everybody. I think that was pretty much all I had for the big things, Joshua, of the housekeeping.
Yeah, no, that's pretty solid. I just have to raise my hand when we talk about PayPal, because I'm one of the guilty ones that doesn't have PayPal. So if you don't have it yet, don't feel guilty, because this old goat doesn't even have PayPal either. I had to sign up for that shit. So, but it's cool. We're going to get all platforms going, so we can take all forms of payment. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day we'll take Bitcoin. Yeah, man. You know, maybe some crypto.
Yeah, dude.
We'll mix it up a little bit. Bottle caps.
Figure it out. I mean, we just bottle. We're going to pull out a what is that? A Fallout game bottle caps. I think that's what their currency
Buttons,
is.
You know, whatever your currency is, whatever you trade, you know.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Gallon of milk, eggs.
Yeah. You know, it's just a soft launch to a hard launch. So, soft, we're still trying to work out all the details completely. But with that being said, sorry for the delayed out live/merch. You can check out all the merch that we have on there. This kind of actually does remind me that I'm going to be hitting the stew, as we call it. And I'm going to be making stuff for fall and for winter coming up pretty soon. So that's going to be exciting for that. And also, sorry for the delayed out live. Check out this episode in its entirety there, and also that little transcript that we have on there. So if you're ever in the mood to search up stuff that we've talked about, it's on there. So there's that, buddy. There's that. Again, apologize for me and my voice.
No, it sounds good, man. Just you're apologizing like if people's panties are getting wet. You know what I mean? This is a new thing.
I think that people expect a certain amount of like a level of speaking when it comes from me.
Yeah, well, this is the wrong channel for that.
This episode is not the right episode for that. We can just say that I partied a little too hard with the launch of the merch. Joshua completely revoked my credit card license now, and I owe millions to the company.
Yeah.
But it was a fun night.
literally, yes. Yeah.
So. But anything else for the housekeeping corner?
No, I mean, that's great. And if you want to move on from housekeeping, I have a conspiracy theory. I think I have gotten to the bottom of a conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. So Sean normally has the conspiracy theory corner. I don't have a button for that. Yeah, so if Sean wants to bring up
I still have my button?
His conspiracy theory, I would love that to be a thing.
I don't have that. I don't have that button anymore, buddy. Sorry about that.
This is why we are. This is why we do what we do. We just have fun with this shit. Okay, so today, I just got to share with you guys today. Normally, I don't eat at McDonald's.
That sentence was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't eat
at
hard pause
McDonald's. Normally, I don't eat there. And why this is a conspiracy theory, because I know this comes up all the time. And it's so fucking hot in my room right now. I would love some ice cream, but I know I'm not getting it at McDonald's, and now I know why I'm not getting it. Everybody.
Why, buddy?
It's true. The machines do work, and the people who work there do not want to clean them.
Oh. You think this is a hygiene thing?
No, because when we ordered our food, we were sitting there waiting for our food, and we could overhear them talking, and they were talking about how tell them we don't have ice cream right now because the machine's not working because we don't want to clean it. They were talking about it.
Oh, wait. So they told them.
I said that really bad, but yeah.
So somebody told them to tell the customer that they do not have ice cream or that it's not working because they didn't want to clean the machine.
Exactly.
So was to clean the machine part, was that supposed to be spoken to the customer, or was that just like, that's the reason why we don't want to make the ice cream?
The reason is because they did not want to clean it. The manager at this particular place told the person taking the orders to tell the customer that the machine is currently out of service and they are not serving ice cream today.
Okay. Well, then there's all right. I mean, okay. So let's say, Joshua, let's say you and I worked in this industry, right? Every day we get fucking derailed by people asking us to make ice cream. And we know the process takes, let's say, an hour to clean out that machine, right? And it's 12 o'clock at night. And the last thing you want to do is clean out that fucking machine for another hour. Are you telling people that the machine's broken?
My guy, we went and ate food there at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were already telling people that that shit did not work. So the scenario you were proposing could exist in some universe, but this was the mid-afternoon, and it was like 80 degrees, and people wanted ice cream, and they just did not want to clean the machine. So they were telling people that the machine did not work. Now, I don't know if there's a reward for this. McDonald's, come find me. If you ever see this, I will go. I mean, I'm not one to rat people out, but you know, people come to, they come to the window and they want ice cream, and you got people on the inside telling each other to tell people not to tell them it doesn't work. I mean, this is happening.
Joshua, I think there's a saying in the industry here. Snitches get stitches.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is. Snitches get stitches. And I think that Ronald McDonald will find you and put the hurt on you.
Could you imagine?
If you disclose the location of this McDonald's.
Get beat up by like the union of Ronald McDonald's. They just show up at your door and just get
dude.
Pounded on. The big...
Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah.
How could you? Sorry, that was like a Mickey impression. My bad.
I mean, with how bad your voice is, you really dropped a few octaves there.
No, that was good. I did, right? Yeah, I got that range now,
It's good. Yeah, so it's been solved. They really just do not want to serve people ice cream. They don't want to clean the fucking machines.
Laziness. Yeah, that's why. Got it.
There you go.
Hey, just quick question before we move to the chat with this section on this McDonald's topic, before I forget. Okay. What is your go-to McDonald's order?
Are you really going to ask me this right now?
Yeah, I am.
Does my double chin not hang low enough for you?
I can't see it because of the beard.
Exactly.
So
the beard is an accessory to hide the other accessory that I don't want.
So is that a big
no? I go hard. I get one of those sloppy doubles, those sloppy double quarter pounders, the ones that kind of just like put you in your seat and make you feel disgusting, but make you feel so happy as you're eating them at the same time.
The ones that make you regret every life decision sitting in a McDonald's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like the reason why you buy the 4-ply of Charmin, the ever so soft.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I feel that.
That's usually like, and I get a large.
A thick toilet paper.
I just go for it. Get like 17 packets of ketchup. Just fucking make a soup out of it.
You know what's kind of funny though is that you say you go large, but is that it? Is that all you're ordering? You just get the fries. Do you get the crack Sprite? Like, are you getting Coke or Sprite?
No, I usually do Coke, man. I mean, you just gotta go a little Coke, man. It's okay. And I've heard, this could be another conspiracy, that McDonald's gets a special ingredient of Coke that they don't get syrup. Their syrup is different.
I have heard that. Same thing with their ketchup. I believe their ketchup is different as well. So I have heard that. But sorry, my point being was, you say that you get this stuff and you're going hard, but that's all you order.
Yeah.
Like, for example, myself. Okay. I mean, again, the body of a person who sits on a couch, right? When I go hard at McDonald's, I will get the double quarter pounder. I'll get the large fries. I'll get the crackhead Sprite. On top of that, I'll also get some chicken McNuggies. You know, Jesus. Just a little appetizer to my meal. You know, you got to have the accoutrement of the chicken McNuggies. And then I might even get some apple pies if I'm feeling it.
Fuck, man. Holy shit. Yeah.
See, that's going hard, buddy. But granted, when I'm usually eating McDonald's, it's like one of the only meals that I have.
Yeah.
You know, I do a lot of fasting throughout my day, not on purpose, but out of necessity.
Yeah, I mean, with that many calories, I don't think you really have to eat again, probably for like 4 days.
No.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, I shit it out, thanks IBS. But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't eat there very often, but when I do, I kind of get silly with it. All right. Yeah, man.
Very cool. All right, shall we move on to the chat with us section?
Let's go party. Who's ready to party with us? You know?
Let's fucking party it up, my guy.
Here we go, Sean.
All right, we have 3 beautiful topics this week. The first one is Missed Connections Dream Edition. The one after that is Bullies Among Stars. Okay. And the last one is Blueprints Beyond Earth. Whoa, interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. We're about to get cosmic with it on this late night pod. It's funny. All right. But we'll start with this one, Joshua. This is a Missed Connections Dream Edition. I texted Joshua this morning at about... What was that? 3:00 in the morning,
he did. Buddy? I can confirm this. He's telling the truth. I did get this.
So here's what had happened. I was probably hallucinating because I started to get sick a few days ago, and this is kind of like the ending of my sickness. So last night I woke up after having a really weird and vivid dream, and I texted Joshua that I wanted to talk about it. I wrote down what had happened in my dream. I'm just pulling it up right now on my little iPhone device here so I don't forget anything.
It's pretty good that you remembered your dream enough to sit there and type it out too. That's impressive. Most people forget it as soon as they wake up.
It was just so weird that I had to. You know, I was just like, this, it's like, you don't get many of these like vivid dreams a lot. You know, so it's like it's fun to try to remember them as well as you can. So I did that. So I wrote down some stuff here. So I'll kind of just read you verbatim what I wrote out when I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. So I was walking in a mall, passing an old record store. Okay, so Joshua, I know you are familiar with Pike's Place. We've brought you up here and done the walking stuff. Do you remember that little record store kind of tucked back in the corner?
Yes, I do. It's very vintage, very unique, very home. Yeah, a whole lot of records. Yeah, I do remember this place. Mm-hmm. Very cool, by the way.
So I walked past a record store just like that, and I turned the corner, and in front of me was this, like, best way I could describe it was like a giant karaoke screen. So I'm pretty sure, Joshua, that my mind was just putting a bunch of different things that I've experienced in life. Mm-hmm. You remember we went to a place called Hula's in Seattle. You remember that kind of like their karaoke setup that they had, vibe. Where it was like a microphone. Yeah. So this was basically kind of like that idea where it was a microphone, there was a keyboard, and then on the wall was like a giant projector screen that had just like, in my mind, it looked like you choose a song and you would play the music, right?
I mean, granted, we're still in your dream. We're still locked in. This
is still my dream. Yeah. All of this is my dream.
Was any of this wet? I just have to ask.
Was any of this? Okay. No. Okay. Yes, actually.
Okay. We're getting there then.
Yes.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Perfect.
So I walk past,
still on
I get
too,
to the,
I'm waiting for them to come on.
I mean, it's weird. So I walk to the keyboard that's sitting there, and I turn my head in my dream, and I see this girl, right? I see just a girl, faceless, and she's on a different keyboard. Like, we're talking like a grand piano faceless on the side corner. Yeah, faceless girl, just a girl. And then she's like playing these soft keys, right? And I'm just like, okay, cool. And this reminded me of a situation that I was in my life, where there's a mall here in the place that we live. And we were once walking, the old lady and I were once walking in there, and they had this like communal jam session. It was super like interesting, but it was giving me those same vibes where it's like there was just a bunch of instruments laid out and anybody can come up and play them. So she's playing chords, like really like low, soft chords. And then I go up to the other keyboard and I hit a button, like I hit a key, and it was like, it started playing like, you know how like sometimes on Casio keyboards, they will have just like pre-made sounds and like music, right?
Familiar with that.
So it started playing something like that I can only describe as if Miley Cyrus was making a keyboard like pop song. It's the best way I could describe it. But next to that were drums, right? And so she's playing these keys, and then after I hit this key and the song starts playing a little bit, she starts to like play to the song that I just played, like it's playing right now. And so then I hop over to the drum set, and when I first looked at the drum set was like complete, totally intact. And then when I played the key, music started, and I turned back to the drum set, it was like taken apart, right? It was like, if those of you who are familiar, if you've taken apart drum sets, they were just pieces, right? Pieces of the drum set all over. And so I sat in the chair that most people do, the throne, and I went to pick up the sticks because I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to play along with this person. And so I picked up the sticks, and Joshua, and this is how I know it's a dream, because the sticks that I was holding were essentially large white plastic knives, like like cutlery knives, like you would see at a picnic table, right?
Okay.
And so I use those, and I start playing the drums, right? I'm doing my thing here, and then all of a sudden, in front of us, there are like benches, right? So people can like sit and watch if people were actually playing stuff. People start showing up, and like we're playing, and then like the music's getting more intense, and I'm just like, do you know that movie Whiplash, Joshua? Where the kid's like trying to impress the drum teacher, and he's always like, he's not good enough kind of thing.
I've never seen Whiplash. I'll add it to Netflix. Okay. I'll add it to my need to watch. Okay.
Add it to the need to watch stuff. But in that movie, the ending scene is very iconic because it's like him playing, and he's just fucking going to town, and he's like sweating, and he's like fucking wrists look like they're breaking. And he finally gets the acceptance of the teacher, right? And so in my dream, I'm playing with that intensity. I'm fucking drums everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. She's playing keyboards. She's doing her thing over there, and it's like it's becoming like this concert event. And I'm sweating, buddy. I'm sweating profusely, right? I'm sweating in my dream, and I just remember like all of a sudden, like my long hair came back, and like the sweat from my hair like got in my face, and I had to like drum, but like push it over to the side. And then it finally ended. Climax. Boom. We both come. Douche. Right? I let everything go. And then I like walk away from the whole thing. A gentleman pulls me aside, like pulls my arm, and he's like, that was great. That was amazing. And I was just like, uh-huh. And then I like walked away, and I never met the girl again. Never said hi. Never got her name. And it bummed me out because we had a real connection there, Joshua. And so that long-winded story was to say, do you think that in that alternate dimension, that maybe there's another love of my life out there somewhere?
No, I think that day is still coming. I think you had a vision.
No.
I think you stepped into the future, and you saw something you're basically what do they call that when you see like a vision, like you're going into the future? You have a I guess
premonition.
A premonition. There you go. That's good. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Premonition. Maybe I think that was a premonition. I think there's something greater when you have dreams like that for all of us. When we see into the future, it just means you have confidence in yourself. It means that It'd be different if you had a dream where you're like sitting in the gutter, like looking down at your feet with like shoes with holes in them, and you're fucking like, just playing with rats and shit. You know what I mean? That just means like you're in the dumps. But right now, I think you're in a heightened state of mind. I think you're seeing the future that you want to have and the future that you're going to have. So I think, just throwing it out there, I think when we all have dreams like this, we should pay attention because there's signs from the universe. There's signs from somebody, whatever you believe in. And I think good things are coming your way. I'm going to start with music.
So you're telling me that I'm going to become a drummer?
I mean, you already know how to play the drums. I mean, this is one thing, a skill that you already have.
Yeah, not very well.
No, I mean, come on, man. I've heard you play the drums. You know what I mean? I've never heard you play the drums with fucking plastic knives, though. I mean, that might be different.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, too.
I mean, so I think what you're saying and what some of us can agree is we have these dreams, and I think we should pay attention to these dreams, man, because they're important. Right. And if you don't see the dreams and if you don't pay attention to it, I just think you're missing something. And I think that was a good one for you.
I get you. So do you think there's a way that I could find this misconnection?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, do you think if I just like sit by my bedside and do a little prayer that maybe this person will come back into my dreams?
No, I mean, that's why they have those ads on Craigslist. It misconnections. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think you should just.
So I should put out a misconnection from a dream ad on Craigslist and see if anybody responds to it.
You should.
It's not a bad idea. I'll think about
just
that.
Put that at eHarmony, whatever you want to do. Just post that shit. Be like, did you have a dream? Were you the girl in my dream? I was holding plastic forks.
Were you the girl in my dream?
Break it down.
We shared an amazing experience. You were playing keys. I was playing with these plastic knives. Like,
I wonder how often that happens. I would like to know if I was quick with my fingers, how often do people have the same dreams? Whether it's like your spouse, your brother, your sister, maybe somebody that you know across the country, that just has the same exact dream. And then you end up at the lake or the boathouse, a summer later, and you're both standing there having that deja vu, like, dude, I had a dream just like this a year ago. And they're going, you know what? I did too. You're wearing those neon shorts with your dick hanging out. Fuck, this is real. like this.
My God,
that's
a great question. I would also want to know if people can jump. Like, I know people can like jump back into their dream. Like, you know how when you're sleeping,
I've done this,
right?
Yeah.
And you wake up from a dream and you just like kind of fall back into the same dream. Like, I want to know if there are people who can do that, but from an extended period of time. Like, maybe somebody on the interwebs has done that. Like, you fell asleep in the afternoon and then later in the evening you came back to the same dream.
I mean, I've had dreams, I can't remember, I think we even talked about this on one of the episodes. I've had dreams where I didn't want to wake up from. When you're having such a good time with somebody that you've loved in your life, whether it's a family member or what have you, just I've had dreams where I just do not want them to end. And when I wake up, not as fun as your dream was, or what have you. I've had dreams where I wake up and I'm sad because I had to leave that dream and come back to whatever this reality is. And then every night after that, I've tried to fall back asleep and get back to that moment when I was with that person, just so I can say hello and hug them one more time. So
see, that doesn't give me hope.
No,
knowing that you've been doing this for years and you can't get back to that point. That does not give me any hope, knowing that that I might be in the same fate.
No, but I think you had a really good dream. Honestly, I think that's a net positive dream. Even though you woke up feeling like shit, I mean, that's kind of counterintuitive. Yeah. Like, you felt good in your dream, but in this life, and when you woke up in this reality, you felt like shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what the symbolism there is.
And for the record, I didn't wake up sweaty, by the way. I know I said that I was sweating in my dream, but I didn't wake up sweaty. I woke up normally. So
were you singing?
Heart rate was not racing.
Sorry, you were playing. Were you singing? I didn't hear if you said you were singing.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't singing. Yeah, no, the little music on the keyboard was doing all the music, like the singing and stuff like that. I was just playing drums, bro. I was playing drums.
All right. So if you're out there and you were the girl in this dream, please reach out to Sean.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. .live. Maybe you're the voice that we've been looking for in these AI radio plays. Like maybe this is you. We've been looking for you this whole time. So if you listen to this and you find us, come say hello to me or Sean.
Yeah. Speaking of AI songs, Joshua, that was a great segue. Let's go on and give the people their AI song for the week. Joshua, head on over to sorryforthethelay.live/AI radio. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that, Joshua, but I will take us there.
Yeah.
And you guys can listen to the song in its entirety. So this song, Joshua, is called, as you guessed it, Missed Connections. So I had to go through a lot of songs this morning when I was doing these to kind of figure out the one that it sounded like in my dream. This one got close enough that I feel comfortable with it. So here you go, everybody. Missed Connections. Enjoy.
Cheers. Let's go.
It all started at the show. It was just another mall show. You had your fingers on the keys. We had little conversation, just the music setting us free. But then I woke up from a dream, and you were just a character. But if you were really there, you were just a missed connection. I didn't even ask your name, and you told me it wasn't important. I didn't even ask for your number, but if you were real, you were a missed connection from a dream. We got along like we'd known each other for years, even though it was just hours. We found the right chords and gave the strangers reasons to sing. There was a whole crowd in front of us now. When the music ended, I stood up from my chair and faded away from you. A missed connection from a dream. I didn't even ask your name, and you told me it wasn't important. I didn't even ask for your number, but if you were real, you were a missed connection from a
Hey, buddy,
dream.
how did you feel about this?
Yeah,
week's
that was a
AI song?
sweet song right there. That was sweet.
Yeah, I kind
That
of
was sweet.
The reason I picked that one was because, like, in my brain, like if this was a movie, right, that song would be playing as everything's happening around us, right? You know, it'd be like all you would hear is that song, and then the camera would be like turning and like just, you know, doing its thing.
Yeah, it's a very, very sweet song. I mean, I could see people holding hands underneath the tree, you know, picking flowers, just something sweet.
A nice wedding song.
There you go.
A nice wedding song.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah.
I liked it. That was good.
There you go. Let's move on, buddy. What do you got here? Bullies Among Stars.
All right, Bullies Among Stars, because we're talking, I mean, we're getting a little, I don't know, we're getting into the depths of the mind and how we think and just the universe and just, you know, this whole thing. So,
As we do.
yeah, we go deep with this shit. So Bullies Amongst Stars. So this is a topic that kind of came to my mind a little bit as far as like us being that planet in the universe and where this planet sits, and we kind of feel like we're alone sometimes. So here's the idea. So this idea comes that life on other planets leave Earth alone because we're hostile. So what they do is they mirror. So like when we look out into space, they mirror back at us like nothing because they want nothing to do with us. So they don't want us to be a part of the universe because we're just so fucking hostile and we're just still apes that can't figure shit out.
Agreed 100%.
So what my thought is like, if we don't have our shit together on this own planet, like, should we even be shown what the rest of the universe could even has in store for us? Like,
no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't be shown anything. If there is extraterrestrial life out there, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The extraterrestrial life that is out there is smart enough to not want to have any contact with us, because you are right. We are just a bunch of fucking barbarians, dude. And people can say that they're good-hearted and whatnot, but now deep down when it really matters, people are just fucked. So I think aliens are in the right on this situation, you know? I'd prefer us to just kind of blow ourselves up and, start again new. Maybe go back to the days of the caveman and, maybe make a clean source of energy, something, right? But yeah, I think aliens are right in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, like, you kind of touched a little bit on that. Like, if you could take out your brain and just like have an alien analyze every thought you've ever had of all the humans on the planet, like, how many brains do you think would just grow angel wings and just fly up into the heavens and just join fucking the best?
None of them would do that, buddy. I'm sure. You can't go your entire life without having one unpure thought. That's just not how this fucking place works. Like, we are meant for breeding, and breeding is already an impure thought. So like, nah, nobody's sprouting wings. Nobody's floating up to anywhere. We're all just here for a good time, not a long time. So that's my 2 cents on it, Joshua.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just funny because as far as like we are as humans, a species or whatever it is, like, we're just kind of like one of those things that is so interested in finding other life. Like, what if life out there doesn't really have an interest in us? Like, we're just so basic. Yeah, we're so primitive.
We're fucking just kill them, buddy. We'll fucking kill them.
You think so?
Your title says it all. Bullies among stars. We're the bullies, right? We're the fucking bullies. And if extraterrestrials came out over here and found us and they were like, all right, we're going to give you guys a chance. We're going to make this right. We would find a way to like harvest their inner organs for our eternal life kind of thing. Like, that's the kind of thing we would do to aliens. So yeah, we're the bullies, and we'll always be the bullies, at least in our lifetime.
That's kind of crazy to think about how, like, if you think about how vast the universe is, like, we're the primitive species that could actually ruin the universe. Yeah, it's such a crazy thought that we could be the thing that turns into the thing that they're trying to prevent overall. Like, we're going to give the species another chance on this planet to do something good because they almost fucked up the other galaxy,
And we never do.
Like, what if we always fuck it up?
An endless cycle. So.
Oh man, that's crazy to kind of think about. Yeah. So, bully amongst stars. Maybe we are the bullies, man. Maybe we are those people. So I don't know what it means to be good. You're just not. I don't know. Fuck. Give somebody food that's hungry. Like, what does it mean to not be able to? I don't know. Fuck, dude.
I mean, that's just one situation out of 1,000 situations. You give a guy some money for food. Who cares? That's one thing, right? You probably had 16 impure thoughts on the way over there, right? So nobody's fucking good. Just putting that out there.
Nobody's good. Oh man, that's kind of crazy. No. But yeah, that was my bully amongst stars. I was just curious to know if anybody feels like we are ready to know what's out there, and we are ready to not be shown nothing. We are ready to be shown something in the stars. Like, if we're ready for that. But
yeah, we're not.
We're not. Sounds like no, we're not. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Moving on,
buddy. Yeah. Blueprints Beyond Earth. This one's piqued my curiosity a little bit.
All right, so this kind of is a little bit of a spin off of the last topic, and it has to do with the universe basically has given us everything that we possibly need to survive on this planet, right? And so some of the things, like we talked about on the last, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, like the TV hat. That was one of the things that, we've been given so many fucking things. We got diamonds, we got gold, we got platinum, we got uranium, we have carbon, we have all these things. And then we just take all these puzzle pieces and we put them together and we're like, fucking let's just make something out of this shit. So I came across some things on the internet that I was like, of everything that's been given to us from the universe, this is what we came up with, and this is what we're doing with it, and this is the knowledge we're spreading around the planet. So, Sean.
Oh God. Okay.
I want you to take a look at the things that I came across.
Okay.
And right, I want you to just maybe judge them and tell me if we've used the resources that the universe has given us appropriately.
God. All right. I swear to God, if the first thing is sex robot, yes, 100% yes.
I just want to know. And if you're listening to this, this is a visual, so maybe slide over to YouTube or sorry for the delay.live. Come check us out on our website, buy some merch, you check out the songs. But yeah, it's going to get visual right here. So here you go, Sean. Let me know what you think. We put all the shit together, and this is one of the things that has either, this is interesting, came up with or what has happened to us. Sean, can you read that?
Okay. I cannot. Your name is kind of annoying.
Okay. That's fine. So it's a little bit of a pop-up. I came across this and I'm going to read it to you. I found this on Instagram. So new study found microplastics in every single human semen sample. Sean, we talked about microplastics and
we did talk about plastics last week.
From the start.
Yeah.
We already got microplastics in us. Oof. What's going on? Yeah. It's starting at the point of just coming out your dick, and we already got that microplastic in us. Like, have we done the universe a net positive with already starting out with microplastics in our little wiggle worm?
Okay, the wiggle worm, nice. Well, there's a few different ways I can go on this one for sure. You could say like, Big America decided that plastic was going to just slowly kill its user base, right? Kind of like how cigarettes did, And you can say that's Big America's problem, and that's the reason why they're doing it. But you could probably just argue for the fact that that we just love plastic. It's convenient, it's easy, it's cheap, and it doesn't surprise me that it's inside of our semen, And
like, we're literally carrying it. It's in our semen.
Yeah.
It's in the mail. Like we are the one distributing these microplastics by the billions in a little.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that I just shoot mine off into the ocean. Like you're the reason. I'm killing sea turtles now that I think about it. That's kind of fucked up. I should probably stop doing that. But I don't know, man. Is it a good use of resources? That's the question, right?
Yeah. Are we utilizing what the universe has given us and putting in our little guys, little gals floating around? Pumping them in.
Yeah. I think we are. Most of this shit that's in front of me right now is all plastic anyway.
That's true.
We're putting it to good use,
right.
So I'd say that we are, even though that the negative outcome on this is fucking microplastics in our wiggle worms,
All right, so you go net positive.
I would say
net
yes.
positive on that.
Net positive.
The universe gave us some good stuff, even though it's ended up in our dick. Got it.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Moving on. The next one I came across. Yeah. And of course, my name's probably in the way. Again, the universe has provided us with resources, and this is what we created out of it. So the chainsaw, as we all know it, the chainsaw was actually invented to help get babies out of pregnant women. Can you believe this?
Yeah, I can, because I think back in the day, if you had if something went wrong with one of your births, then you would need to perform something to get that baby out of there, right? And you'd have to go through bones and shit. So it makes sense. You'd have to use some type of chain. I'm sure it's not a chainsaw specifically, but I'm sure it's some type of chainsaw-like object with a spinning disc that cuts through stuff,
Yeah.
So I think that's a good resource. Saving lives,
That was a good one, right? Metals,
So, yeah.
irons, like all that shit that is created from, a sun exploding, So we did create something good with those resources from the universe.
Yeah. And honestly, cut it back to plastic again. Plastic is saving lives too. Those blood bags that people get, those are made out of plastic. That, it sucks that plastic is getting infused into that, but without those plastic bags, people would die. So, yeah, this chainsaw, saving lives too. Okay. So anything that saves lives, I'm already going to say is doing better than us.
So thank you, universe, for providing those elements. Because these humans, we have done a net positive thing on our planet with those resources. Okay, are you listening, aliens? We're doing good things. Okay, with the resources.
Yeah, but we also kill people, so just keep that in mind.
We're overpopulated anyway, so it's fine. All right, I got two more. Here we go.
All right,
Sean. Scientists discover that cockroach milk is 4 times better, or is 4 times more nutritious than cow's milk. Horseshit?
Okay, hang on. Hold on a minute. I'm calling horseshit because, first of all, I don't think cockroaches produce milk because I think the only things that produce milk are mammals, and I don't believe cockroaches are mammalian. So I'm pretty sure that is just horseshit. But let's say that it was true, right? Let's build off this hypothetical, right? Okay. If it was true, and it's 4 times greater than cow milk, first of all, cow milk fucks my stomach up. Mm-hmm. I am lactose intolerant. So right off the bat, I would have to test it to see if I would get my tummy all upset, my little tum-tum, if I were to drink this cockroach milk, right? And if I could consume the milk from the cockroach, or the cock if you want to do it for short, we'll shorten that down a little bit.
The milk from the cock. Got it.
What would it benefit me for? I'm a grown-ass man. My bones are no longer expanding. Like what benefits would this cock milk provide me? That's kind of my question to you, buddy. Like, how would this even benefit me?
I mean, I came across it and I didn't even know the cock made milk. The roach. I didn't even know the roach made the milk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't even know.
I don't think that's a thing.
Was that wrong?
I think it's clickbait. Okay.
I didn't read the comments on that. So if anybody wants to fact check us that if cockroaches do make milk, I can't even say it correctly. Milk. I don't even know where I'm from when I'm pronouncing it like that. Maybe I just can't speak. But yeah, maybe they don't make milk at all. So if somebody wants to fact check us, by all means, go ahead and do it. Post in the comments. I just found that shit. So let me know.
But just build off the hypothetical if you fact check us, how would we even achieve, like if cockroaches could make milk, how would we milk them? I want to know what your scenario would be. Like, are we getting like little tiny udders on the cockroaches and like just kind of like, squeezing them down and filling up little vials of cockroach milk? Like, how would you do it?
True. Good point. The final one, Sean, I hope you're impressed by this one because I was very impressed by this. And I just want to know, I really want to know the application for this. And if anybody that I know is going to be utilizing this. So here you go, Sean. Let me know what you think.
I'm ready.
So Suzuki unveils a $3,000 transport robot dog that just hit the market.
Okay.
So universe, you gave us the resources, and this is what we created.
If this is real, then I would 100% say that that's a good use of resources. Mainly because, one, you're helping the environment, right? You're taking your electric giant dog.
It's pretty big
instead of taking your coal-powered car. I would also say that who doesn't want to be riding like a 15-foot dog? Like, that would be fucking sick,
bro. That would
be
pretty sick, right? Like a fucking horse that you don't have to feed. You just plug that shit in.
It's like the modern day equivalent of a horse, Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Could you see that replacing cars? Like a robot dog that you can ride?
No. Unfortunately, I think we're too far past, which is probably why the aliens don't want to come talk to us. But I think because our reliant on fossil fuels and combustion engines, like, I don't see a future within our lifetime where we can
ride
even fathom
robot dogs
using these things, these giant dogs or these electric cars like that, you know? And yeah, you can make the argument. Yeah, Tesla's out here, right? You have, what is it, Ion? You have all these other electric car manufacturers, right? But they're a dime a dozen, bro. Like, the cost per, like, building, like, just a regular combustion engine car is always going to be cheaper. So people are just going to always cater to that more. So, yeah. I don't know. I think it would be cool to ride one of these giant dogs, and I would love to ride one with you, buddy. You know, I'll just hold you at your waist, and then we'll just take a nice little ride, you know?
That'd be cool. I think that'd be fun. I don't know. Maybe that's real. Maybe that's horseshit. Again, whatever's on the internet's real. So, fuck it.
Yeah. It's always real.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I came across, buddy. That is my blueprints beyond Earth. And if you got any cool shit you find, feel free to submit it. We love pictures. We love all that shit. So participate. We love all that shit.
Thank you. Wonderful, buddy. Let's fucking land this plane now, because I am getting tired and I'm still sick. So, Joshua, do you have any fun finds or fortunes for the week?
I do have a fun find. You know, we love checking out Funkos, and I'm just going to show this one off because I found this one the other day, and it may not be one of my most lucrative buys, but it was a fun buy, and it was a fun find.
All right, here we go. Joshua's picking it up.
So
what is it?
What I found at my local Target, because it's where I usually fucking shop. I dug in the back.
Also Five Below.
I have Five Below.
You haven't been to a Five Below in a while.
I found this one in the back. It looked lonely, and I can relate so much to this Funko because I've always wanted to be a real boy.
Oh God.
Here's Pinocchio, everybody.
Oh, okay.
It's Pinocchio.
Black and white Pinocchio. That's beautiful. That's part of the sketch series that they did. I also have the Alice one back there somewhere. Yeah, that's really cool, buddy.
That's really what nice. I got. And I don't, the sketch series, like you said, it's just, So it's super cool. So I came across this and I loved it, you know. And currently it's on sale at the Funko store for $4. And did I pay $4? No, I didn't.
Oh, shit.
So I lost on that one. Ugh. Yeah.
All right. Well, you tried.
But sorry, I'm not in it to make money, man. I love Funkos, as we all do on this show.
Yeah, we do. So. Some more than others. I mean, it's fucking everywhere.
I know, right? You're falling from the ceiling.
Hey, one day, you never know. I could mount one down. Pretty cool. Anyways, man, I don't have any fun finds this week. I was too sick to actually go and do anything. So I'm taking a skip on this week. So let me provide some lucky numbers before we get to our fortune, buddy, because I feel like this fortune is going to be a good one. I have a feeling
really
in my loins. I could feel it. So let me give people their lucky numbers. That way I can stop talking. But these are the lucky numbers for the week, guys. Use them for whatever nefarious reasons you would like. They are as followed: 5, 10, 12, 15, 28, 39, and 40. Once again, those lucky numbers are 5, 10, 12, 15, 28, 39, and 40. Buddy, hit me with that fortune.
Okay.
Dude.
So, Sean, you had a really good dream. So I need you to pick. And if this is your first time watching this show, at the very end of this show, if you made it this far, we always read off a cookie from these fortune cookies that I bought off of Amazon. And
we said, how long have we had these cookies? Is this week 10 or something?
So
maybe
you get 12 per bundle here. And one of them is, again, this is to the people that are watching this for the first time. So one of them is the Fortunes Against Humanity. There was 12 in here. We have a lot more of those ones because I'm going to be honest with you, if it's your first time watching, most of these kind of have sucked. And at the very end, I probably should write a review. Sorry. And then the other one I got here, because I bought them as a set, is the Dirty Dozen Fortune cookies, and there was 12 in here. I only have 2 left in this pack right here. Okay. So, Sean, you're under the weather, and I need to know which one of these bags would you like me to pull from?
Joshua, when you showed me the humanity ones, I felt it in my loins. You know, I want you to dig deep in that bag and go to the very bottom of that bag. Don't pull the first one that you touch, but pull the second one that you touch.
Okay, there we go. I got to the second one I touched here, and it was at the bottom.
Okay.
Bottom.
All right, perfect. This is the one. This is the one. I can feel it. This is going to be either the greatest one that we've gotten from this collection, or it's going to be the worst one that we've gotten from this collection. I can just.
And
feel
it's funny
you have
because
those things.
The Fortunes Against Humanity ones, the cookies are black, and then the Dirty Dozen ones are red. So
both taste the same.
I know, right? They actually taste the same. You're not wrong about that. Yeah. All right, everybody, let's try to get you a fun fortune on episode 89 on June 10th here. Here we go for this episode. And if this is your first time, congratulations. You get to hear Joshua try to read a fortune off a tiny piece.
He never does it right the first time, but, we can always pretend,
Words. Okay, here you go. Here is your fortune, everybody. A spontaneous journey awaits with a mysterious stranger and his windowless van.
Okay, I think that's a repeat, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
So it's not, I don't hate it. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Right in the middle. That's okay with me. I'm okay with that one.
And I just want to say one thing before we end this.
Yeah.
When I was really young, was approached by a windowless van. And
were you really?
Yeah. And maybe in one of these other episodes, I'll get into that story, but it was not a pleasant situation. So, yeah, if a windowless van ever approaches you and you're walking down the street, just run. Just run.
What a cliffhanger for a future episode. Maybe on, what was it, episode 96, when we talk about traumas?
Oh,
we'll bring that up.
The windowless van. There you go.
The windowless van. My God, Joshua, you're just full of trauma. Jellyfishes, windowless vans, grapefruit, fucking balls the size of grapefruits.
Yeah, poison oat on your dick.
Yeah. Oof.
Mm-hmm. Trauma.
Yeah, trauma. All right, buddy. Let's end this episode. Let's give the people what they're actually here for, which is your ending monologue for the week. What do you have to say to the people? Give it to them.
We got 3 minutes left, and I generally have been keeping it short, man. Sean's not feeling well, so if you're listening to this, you made it this far, send Sean some tea. I know he has never posted his mailing address, but maybe one of these days, pick up a T-shirt, get some merch, send Sean some tea. The guy's not feeling very well. But other than that silly little part right there, thank all of you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We're going to see you next week because this show is going to continue to go on. And we appreciate all you guys. Go check out the website. That's all I got.
Wonderful, Joshua. Short and sweet. I love it. And like Joshua said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that. Hey, it's Pride Month. For those of you celebrating, be safe out there. Avid supporters over here. The world's a crazy place. So just if you're celebrating, just be safe out there. Other than that, yes, please pick up some shirts, pick up some merch. Like I said, by the time this comes out, it'll probably be on there, but we'll have another form of payment that you guys can do on the website if you feel so inclined, if you don't want to use PayPal. So there is that. And Joshua, before my voice completely gives out this episode, I have one last thing for you and for the people. Joshua, what is a funny mountain called?
I have no idea, Sean. No idea.
Hill Arius. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Deuces.